Hey there, guess what day it is? It's Friday, which means it's Flatbread Friday. We're gonna do something really fun today. So I'm not gonna tell you. Well, we're gonna have a roasted vegetable pizza a couple different ways. And something's ready in the microwave. We're gonna start by roasting our vegetables. And here they are. We have some yellow peppers and green peppers and some red onion and a plum tomato. And dump them all in this bowl. Pour on a little roasted garlic oil. Okay, we're gonna toss these up, but first we're gonna season them with some salt. And some pepper. And a little pinch of red pepper flake. Get in there and coat these vegetables with that roasted garlic oil and the seasonings. All right, coated and tossed, and I can't touch my camera with my greasy glove. My oven is preheating to 375 degrees, and we're gonna place these vegetables on a baking sheet lined with parchment. Spread them out into as much of an even layer as we can do. And they are ready to roast. Before we put them in the oven though, we are going to take some cauliflower florets and we're gonna chop them up into little tiny pieces or rice them. So we're going to engage and we're going to pulse. Nice, nice. I do love this food processor. Okay, so here's what we got. We have finely chopped cauliflower. I'm gonna finish up with the rest, and then we're gonna continue on with what we're gonna do with this cauliflower. Okay, we have riced our cauliflower, and I spread it out onto a baking sheet lined with parchment in as thin a layer as I can, and we are gonna roast this with our vegetables. We're gonna make a crust out of this, by the way. Did I say that? So we're gonna have a cauliflower pizza crust, and I'm also gonna do a flatbread too. So we're gonna do it two ways, but they're going in and they'll be out in a little bit. I'm gonna top this pizza with little dollops of some Camembert that I bought recently. I was actually gonna fry it for New Year's Eve, but I got lazy. So anyway, what we're gonna do is remove the rind. Okay, the rind's cut off. And as you can see, it's soft and flexible. What we're gonna do is break it into little pieces and just drop it over top of our pizza. Here are our Camembert pieces, we're ready to go. Okay, this is our cauliflower. It has started to turn brown, and some of it's kind of brown. I don't want it to get too brown because you want a white pizza crust. Our roasted vegetables that we're gonna top our pizza with are done. They are browned and soft, and the peppers are nicely blistered. And so here we go. The cauliflower may have exuded some liquid during the cooking process. So what we're gonna do just to make sure that this cauliflower is nice and dry, so once it becomes a pizza crust, it doesn't fall apart, we're going to transfer it to a clean kitchen towel lined with paper towels. Okay, I'm gonna spread it out. And we are going to roll it up. And squeeze. Let's see if we can get any of the juices out of this. So I'm gonna squeeze it now. Okay, done squeezing. And as you can see, the cloth is wet, so there was in fact some liquid in our cauliflower. So I've transferred the cauliflower to a bowl, to which we are going to season it with salt and with some pepper and some garlic powder and some oregano. Okay. And next, we're going to add the rest of our ingredients. Next comes a slightly beaten egg. In we go. Then, about a quarter of a cup of Parmesan cheese. And about a quarter of a cup of mozzarella. The cheese and the eggs are going to bind this crust together when we bake it in the oven. Hopefully. I tried doing this with a spoon, but it's not incorporating enough, so I'm going to get in there with my hands and mix that up nicely. Okay, good to go. So the next thing we're going to do is we're going to put this mixture, can't move this with my cauliflower hands, and we're going to place it on a baking sheet. And we're going to form it into a pizza crust. Pressing it out. Rounding it out. Our cauliflower pizza crust is ready to go in the oven. We're going to bake this for about 15 to 20 minutes at 450 degrees. And we're going to flip it halfway through so both sides get cooked. So let's see how it comes out. Okay, this is halfway through. So this pizza crust has been in for about 10 minutes. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to take this nice flat spatula and we're going to loosen up all the way around. And then we're going to try and flip it. And that's going to work. So here we go. Flip. Right out of the oven is our cauliflower pizza crust. It's pretty firm. Most cauliflower pizza crusts that I've ever made in the past have been a knife and fork pizza. But still, the cauliflower gives a really nice flavor. And, you know, if you're doing the keto thing, then you don't have to worry about the carbs. So the first thing we're going to do is we're going to put on some sauce. Mix that up just a little bit. Okay, sauce is down. The next thing we're going to do is put on some spinach. Like I say, these pizzas came out of the need to use vegetables. And so that's what we're going to do. Spinach is down. And as you know from past Flatbread Fridays, if you've watched before, I like to put things like spinach and chicken underneath the cheese so they don't dry out when they're cooking. So here comes the cheese. Next thing to go on is our roasted vegetables. Vegetables are on, looking pretty. And here comes our Camembert pieces. And those we're just going to strategically place around because those are going to melt into a pool of cheesy meltiness. Okay, here are our beautiful roasted veggie and Camembert flatbreads, and they're about to go in the oven. Okay, so what did I say about that Camembert? It was going to turn into a ooey gooey cheesy mess, and it did, but it's going to be delicious. I like ooey gooey cheesy messes. And here we are up close. I don't know if you can tell the difference, but the one in the front is the cauliflower, and the one in the back is the traditional flatbread. And we're going to cut these up and serve them. So I'm plating up these pieces, and this is the regular flatbread, and we're going to get a close-up on that. But then I picked up the cauliflower one, and it's really stable. It's not as soft as any cauliflower pizza that I've ever made before. So I think it's the roasting instead of the steaming or boiling that makes it firm, and you can actually pick that up and eat it and not have to use a knife and fork. Play with your vegetables. Use whatever vegetables you want. Here I'm holding a pick up and eat piece of a cauliflower crust pizza. I'm still astonished. I like it, and when I make these, I'll be using this method. You can see the crust on it's a little bit thick, but it's cauliflower and it's well seasoned, if you recall how we put in the herbs and salt and pepper and stuff, and it's going to be really good. That's what it looks like. Thank you for joining me for another episode of Flatbread Friday. Today's project was fun, and it was useful and helpful, and it, you know, promotes sustainability when you use everything that you can to the very end. And that's what we did today, and we also did it in a fun and creative way. And that's what's good about Flatbread Fridays. See ya.